in Taiwan airport. Um, I've been here since 4 a.m. My next flight to my next destination or my final destination is not until another hour, and that's 5 hours. If you've been following me so far, I'm on a journey to go to Bali. Yay! But I kind of just want to like talk about and do some self-reflection. I was thinking a lot on my longer flight. So for context, I left home in the States at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I arrived here on today, Monday, at 4 a.m. Y'all can do the math, but it's a long trek. Leading up to the trip, like a few days before, like 2, 3 days before, I started getting very anxious. I don't know why I was starting to feel anxious. Like every like bad thought started popping into my head, and I didn't like that. I didn't like that feeling. You can probably think of everything, and I thought of it, of just like, what if I miss my flight? What if something goes wrong? What if this, like, everything, like, should I just not go on this trip after I paid for it, after like I committed? And I was like, Shuri, no, don't do that to yourself, because you're meant to go. And I feel like the reason why I started getting like these negative thoughts is I've never traveled this far, and I'm going to be gone for essentially 2 weeks. And I've never been away from home that long. Like my trips are usually like the longest is five days. So I'm checking two boxes: a long trip and a long travel time to a place that I've never been before, to a side of the world I've never traveled, which is scary in itself. I I deem it necessary for growth, because although this is all new to me and I was a bit anxious or fearful of certain things, I'm glad that I didn't take the bait of feeding into my fear and bailing out. Because on my long flight, which was like 13 hours long, I was like, what was I worried about? And all these things started like popping in my head. Like, one, I'm grateful that I'm able to travel. Not everyone has this opportunity or able to travel. So I'm grateful for that. But like other things started popping in my mind. It's just like, this is the point where I stop feeding into that. And I want to make this a point too. Every year I give myself a word of the year, or I try to lead with intent of that word. And I kid you not. Hold on, I'm gonna show you guys on my phone if I can pull it up. Can you guys see my word for 2025 is fearless? And it's November 2025. I have less than 6 weeks left of the year. And all of this is encompassing me not backing down, me taking a leap of faith for myself, me choosing myself. That doesn't mean that I don't care about other people. It's me putting myself as a priority first. But still, you can still care for other people, but putting yourself as a priority. But in order for you to feel happy, I lost that along the way somewhere, or I never even had it. I don't know. Definitely something I want to continue out this year, as like I'm headed to Bali, which is a place I've always wanted to go. I've always wanted to go to Bali, so it's always been on my bucket list, and I have the opportunity to go and have a great time, and I'm ecstatic. I have to keep telling myself, I was like, I'm not, it's not anxious nerves, it's excitement nerves. Because I think also what I get mixed up is of differentiating the feeling of anxious and excitement, because they kind of tiptoe on the same line. Be like, well, why, like, if you ever ask someone, it's like, what are you feeling? I'm feeling nervous, I'm feeling anxious. Well, why? It's like, I don't know. Like, I thought I was going to be excited, and now I'm just anxious. I was like, well, turn that into something different. Turn the perspective into, this is excitement. This is something that I've always wanted to do. That's what I had to do the last couple of days, is like get out of my head because I feel like the fear that was popping in my head or the fear that was happening, if you're at all spiritual or if you believe in a higher power or you believe in God, I believe that when negativity starts to come in and penetrate, pause, take over your thoughts. When the negative thoughts take over your thoughts and you start thinking of all the bad possibilities and everything, and you're like, why is this happening? The devil is trying to keep you down. I feel like the devil tries to keep people suppressed, keep them at the place, keep them at bay of where they feel comfortable at. This was not at all comfortable for me. I had to learn a lot. I had to experience a lot. I had to go and do different things, but nonetheless, I made it through because I stepped out on faith. I have less than an hour before we start boarding, and I am going to find me a snack, go to the restroom, and head to where my gate is because, lo and behold, I don't want to miss a flight. Yeah, so I see all that to say choose you, choose your happiness, find the excitement in the anxiety, anxious. Don't get anxious over the things that you can't control. It's like I said, it's a lot easier said than done. Trust me, but it takes practice. Grounding. Namaste.